Okay, so here we have the samples that we uploaded to you and on any location that you would have downloaded it to. For example, in this example, the samples are on the desktop, and this is the link that we sent, which is MIDI 2.0 Orchestral Articulations Demo. So we want to double click that, bring up that window, and you'll see the sampler session is called NAM strings. The sample executable, which will be a different format for Mac, which will be in the upload. And then the other folders are purely for the actual samples. So we'll launch sampler, and then the first thing you want to do is set up your audio MIDI device settings. So we'll connect our speakers. We want the speakers. Then we want to connect this specific Uno device for the MIDI control and close that.
Now
And
that's
then
that's
for
let me interrupt you. The reason why you want that on is so that you can actually see the connection. You can see your keyboards working. That's all.
yeah, on Mac, the UMP kind of takes over as the actual MIDI processing, but we have a bit of a hybrid. So yes, the MIDI 1.0 connection is purely for just visuals, but the actual connection on Mac for our Mac build will be this UMP endpoint where you can pick your input device, which would be again the Uno device. For this For Windows, we don't really need it, but on Mac specifically, you will definitely need that to actually hear audio. And when you're done with that, you can close it, and then you can go to the load window. So we want to go to this blue folder icon, hit load, and navigate to where you would have saved that folder that you downloaded from us, and that would be on the desktop. So back to MIDI 2.0 Orchestral Articulations Demo, and then you want to go to the sampler session within that folder, which is called NAM strings. That's the sampler file or folder. Select OK. And currently our sampler is using absolute paths, just in its current state. So it'll be looking for files in a different drive. So this will be the same thing on your side. You'll want to
Mhm.
click on the common folder icon, which means basically the top level of samples, which is actually the actual full sampling folder that we sent you, which is yeah, Orchestral Articulations Demo. So you want to click that. That's the new common top level folder, and it finds all the samples because it's all relative to that. And now we can hit close. And here you can hit save if you want to save over the paths. I'd recommend this so you don't have to redo that process every time. And then that brings us to the articulations, which we have a bit of a nested hierarchy. You can have collections of articulations, so this could be strings, it could be different instruments.
Mhm.
Um, but
Let me interrupt you for 1 second. In the future, we can also add more more sections. Think of this as kind of like our version of an NKM. So I could add another folder, and I could call this, say, wins, and another one after that, and we call that one brass. So we can actually, oh, so much fun. Uh, so we can have whole sets of articulations for those as well. And you can, set them up with any keyboard or whatever. Anyway, that's not what we're doing right now, but I just want to let you know that's what we can do. All right.
yeah. So with those folders, again, they'll all have their own articulations which handle their own attribute settings. So for example, if we click around, each of them has their own cogwheel, which is the settings. So you click on the settings, and this is where you'll see our new integration of MIDI 2.0 note attributes. You would bring up this window, then we already preloaded this, so you don't have to take care of this, but this is where you would edit it, and changing the type automatically populates the subclass variation and string and all those attributes. So you can save that, but again, they already have that. So that's with the new MIDI 2.0 endpoints, where you won't actually have to turn these solo. This is more of a MIDI 1.0 thing where you could MIDI learn them and you can turn them on or off based on CC control. But with MIDI 2.0, it will just look at this attribute, the associated attribute to this articulation, and it'll just play only the matching attributes. So that's the main difference between the new MIDI 2.0 and the old MIDI 1.0.
All right. And so it's very important to remember that before you play any of these, without the Uno without the, excuse me, uh, uh, protozoa,
The protozoa.
make sure that you have at least one thing soloed. Remember, this is just if you're only playing from your keyboard and you're not using the protozoa. So, like this would be your strings. I'm using an expression pedal, by the way, and we're also using our IR under the hood for going from FF to PP. So here's a tremolando. So we're not actually crossfading between two different samples of going from FF to PP. The sample, so it's just one FF, and we're using IRs to give you the PP results with the pedal when you or whatever controller you want to use. Harmonics. Okay, pizzas. Bartok. Quinios. Marcato down. Marcato up. You're not going to hear a whole lot of difference. You're not really supposed to. String players like to think that they play their ups and downs exactly the same, but I disagree. They actually don't, because they have more force at the down bar. And the up, not quite as much. So if I go back and forth here, so you can hear that, much to string players' chagrin. They don't like the fact that they do, in fact, sound different up and down. Here's string runs. And down. And that's what we have right now. Yes, and I'm aware that we have 10 and you don't need or want 10 articulations, but I just put them here. And if you want to change out the numbers on your Prozo, if you get tired listening to the same 7 over and over and over again, you want to have some variation, you at least have them there. That's it. So, Nick, do you have anything to add?
No, that covers it all.
All right, guys. Well, good luck with it. Let us know if Nick got it all right, and let us know if you have any issues. And well, let's just let us know one way or the other how it worked out, okay? And if you want to know more about the sampler, you need to let me know, and I can give you whatever details about its inner workings that you might want to know. All right. So good luck, guys. Talk to you soon.